Hello everyone, my name is Ana Maria Carrera. I live in Quito. This time I want to talk to you about the topic language teaching and language assessment. Its meaning, difference, and similarities using classroom-based language assessment. Okay, let's talk first about the language teaching. It's the process which a teacher commit our foreign language students to significantly improve language skills such as speaking, listening, learning, reading, and writing. Using tasks inside and outside the class allows us to ensure in some way the teaching learning process occurs. In this context, for we can use several strategies, approaches, methodologies, and to activity for example, the language use task. And this process, which requires the students to use the language to improve a particular goal or objective. The language teaching is a process of engaging students in the language. For this, we can use motivation to students, help to students develop positive attitudes, engaging students in the culture of the language the students are learning. Um, and the last point is that resource willing uses by almost all teachers to motivate the curiosity to learn another language. For example, in the process of teaching new vocabulary regarding restaurants, we can use can watch a video. We can use technology resource such as video games or applications or any type of the material that we wish to use for our students to achieve learning. Okay. In this instance, no type of evaluation assessments are used, but teaching prevails. We can use learning tasks such as identify the new vocabulary with right ideas or another idea, okay? And without the pressure of evaluation. This task will only uh, help us as tool for learning. And all the materials and tools we can use to teach in this class, we will serve to encourage and engage our students in the use of language and their learning. Okay, the next topic is the language assessment. Language assessment refers to the process of collecting samples of a student's performance with a foreign language learning class. This meaning that a through the assessment and the test, yeah, and teacher can obtain results, process and interpret them, and then make decision about the teaching and learning the language. The result will allow the design for strategies to improve the language skills and know how much they have learned and what else they need to learn, or in any case, to pass or not pass to another level. The language assessment, the main purpose of the language assessment is to collect information about the student performance. Please not forget. Okay, and for this, the teacher can use formative and summative assessment or both in the same time, okay? For example, using the same topic we use for language teaching, okay? The teacher can carry out assessment tasks such as conducting a conversation about frequently asked questions that take place in the restaurants, so tag student participant, okay? Or dramatization or another activity, okay? Task activity. Use the concept of formative assessment. In the cases, we must provide feedback immediately to encourage students to continue to this task. Once the formative assessment are finished, we can carry out the test. We are the children demonstrate that they have a learner individuality with a summative assessment concept. Okay, a test or evaluation or assessment. Okay. We okay. The next topic is similarities and differences between language and teaching and language assessment. The first, and that is, let's start with the similarities. And similarities with the two processes have a three similarities. The first, that about require the participation teachers and students, because since without science, without them, there no the teaching learning process. Okay. And the second similarity is the presences of the teacher in the execution of assessment tasks, either to the teach or learn. Mhm. And the third similarity is the participation of the student in the accomplishment of the task that use language. Mhm. Now let's talk about the difference. The difference. In the language teaching process, the first is that only teachers promote facilitates learning, and the teacher is in charge to improve the linguistics of the students and making them develop their cognitive and social part. And according to the language assessment, is with respect to the purpose. Since for the process, only purpose is to collect information to the performance of the students. Mhm. Now, and finally, it's necessary to know how this process inform each other. Yeah. Regarding language teaching, it's informed to about the knowledge is being taught in the class so that it can be evaluated in the language assessment. While language assessment informs the language teaching by informing the results of science, which allow making decision about the results, yeah, and of the archive. All all this obviously with the purpose of acquiring a foreign language efficiently. Thank you for your attention. That is all. That is my bibliography. I use it for my work. Thank you for your attention.